Howdy fellow YouTubers, my name is BobStraitFTW, and today I'm going to show you the ins and out of this awesome Elgato software. So what you're actually seeing right now is the Elgato software in its full open window view, and that you can make it take up the whole screen, but if you don't want to, you just double click the center and it'll go in and out just nice and fluid like. But I'm going to keep it full screen. So if you come over here to the right, you have the device that you have, the Elgato Game Capture HD, and right now I'm capturing PS4 gameplay, but as of right now, it's not actually possible to capture PS4 gameplay by legal means, and because of the HDCP on it, you gotta get rid of that, but I'll go over that in another video if you want me to. Anywhooser, we have the Elgato Game Capture, your game audio, and a few tricks you want to know when you're recording with the Elgato is that in game you're gonna want to turn your audio down a lot. Like normally it's on 100, and I think my Battlefield 4 gameplay right now is pretty much on like 6 compared to the 100 that it's normally at, and that's just because it's so loud that if you come over here to the live commentary part, you're gonna have a horrible time trying to try and level those out essentially. And this software is like no other. This is by far the most superior software when it comes to recording gameplay, I have to say, and I personally think it's due to this flashback recording down here. And if you don't know what flashback recording is, it's basically where it's been recording for 8 minutes and 20 seconds now. We can actually back that recording up to before, when I didn't have my PS4 on its stuff, and let's say I wanted to, take that, I can hit this record button, so now it just started the actual capture 7 minutes ago, and I can hit the stop capture thing, and now it just saved that as a file. And that is by far the easiest and most awesome way to do this, because how, it normally is that you would record all the time, right? And say that something really cool happens while you're recording, like, oh, I just hit that dude with an RPG. Well, how I used to do it is, a few seconds after that really cool thing happened, you basically turn off the recording. So then when you go back to your files, at the end of all your files is something that's really cool. But now you have an hour and a half amount of footage with like 10 seconds of usable footage at the end, which takes up way too much space. And this is just so easy because you can go back 1 minute or so, or 10 seconds, whatever, record that instead of the past hour and 30 minutes. And that is by far the most awesome thing about this program. So, something about the live commentary stuff, I would try and avoid this because Elgato's, I don't know what it is about it, but I have funky things that happen with my audio. It'll like, it'll jitter. Sometimes it does all kinds of weird stuff, so I probably wouldn't use this software, but if you have to, it's there for you. Do make sure that you do a lot of audio checks before you actually start recording for something, because audio can get really like out of hand, since it is saving all of your audio into one audio track. You can't go back and adjust levels later, so you got to adjust them now. We're gonna minimize these so that we can look more towards here, and this is a really cool part of it. Live streaming is a really cool part. Sorry about my phone. Live streaming with this program is extremely simple. Now I don't have a very fast upload speed, and you can actually change that right here, which is amazing compared to like every other software out there. This simplifies it. It's not exactly a professional streaming thing, mainly because of its limitations to not be able to put stuff up on the screen. Like if I were to actually stream, I'd want my logo up here, I want my YouTube channel down here. This program can't do that. But if you want to get in like a quick, 30-minute stream, this is an easy way to do that. Click this button, sign in, whatever, and it'll automatically do that for you. Now down here is where you can name whatever, whatever the video that you're doing is recording. And usually I just keep it as gameplay because that's usually how it is. and all this stuff comes in later in the editing portion. Now, many people don't use the editing portion, and I don't know why. It is the most nifty thing ever. I mean, of course, you're not going to do heavy edits in this program, but, you know, it can be used for really awesome things. So, let's say that you have here, let me find a file. All right, this file, right? We're gonna come through it. So this is just like a sniper clip that I got, right? But here at the end, you see, if we back it up to that last kill, I don't need this part of the track, right? And so you can cut it and then delete it, and now your file is that much smaller. You have easier stuff to work with, and that's what I mainly use this editing thing for. Other than that, you know, maybe I liked something in this track or something, and if you click right here, this actually will save a screenshot to your desktop, or, you know, wherever you tell it to, which is amazing, which you can set up in the settings. And that's another really cool feature about the software. Another thing is that the games that you play are all sorted out here, and you can choose how to sort them. So game level, I don't even know what that is. Creation date, tag shared, whatever, right? This, like I've said before, this is amazing stuff right here. And once you get your file cut down the way you like it, you can upload it straight to YouTube, or as I like to do, I basically outport it to MP4 original, because these files right here are actually saved on my hard drives as, I think, TS files. In their TS files are like only used by this program. Yes, you can export them into other programs like Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere, but they don't work properly, and MP4s are much easier to work with. So I always click this MP4 original. It'll export whatever file that is to wherever you tell it to. Then you can go and edit it as if you would normal. Okay, so then we come to the settings part, right? So this is where you tell it, you know, where to export everything, automatically check for updates, and it has all this other stupid stuff here, like you can upload it straight to Facebook or Movie Maker, whatever. But I only use these four, just because that's how I am. Sometimes this will be checked, and what happens if this is checked is that it will automatically export everything that you record, and that just puts 2 files on your hard drive, and you don't get to edit anything. So I would highly suggest turning that off. If we come back to the capture page, and we come over here, YouTube has you see this right here, this is the megabits per second. That's how big the file is going to be eventually, and it's you know, how much information is going to be in that file. And this is complicated stuff. I could go into more detail, but trying to keep this video as short as possible because there's a lot of stuff. Anywhozer, so right now it's set at 12 megabits per second, and you can change that in the capture settings, where if you have it on best, it'll get up to like 30 megabits per second. But when you're doing YouTube, you don't need 30 megabits per second, because YouTube can only, if I'm not mistaken, can only go up to 10 megabits per second. I record a little over that in case I want to use it for something else. And it's basically how quality it is. Anywho, the lower it is, the faster that everything will render, and the faster it'll upload to YouTube. Everything, you just set it somewhere around 12, because that's the way that you need it. And I'm not going to go through all this. We'll talk about this a little. So most games have some weird saturation thing that makes them look gray, all right? And it's always a good idea to bump the saturation up just a little, not too much, and, you know, contrast, of course, but color correction is for another video. But for Battlefield, I have a specific profile. You can actually save profiles where I have this one. I named it 1080 12 megabits per second because it records 1080 12 megabits per second. Now, if I were to go back to my PS3 and start recording, say, GTA, what I'd have to do there is, it's not in here, and I think it's because I had my reset, whatever. is, since it's recording in a lower quality, 720 by 1280, if I'm not mistaken, then these numbers would definitely be different. And it would record in a much higher quality. Like if it just stayed here, it would actually be somewhere around, I don't know, 15 megabits per second. I don't know, but you just have to adjust the quality for different resolutions that you are at, and no one uses this. So yeah, that's pretty much all that there is to the Elgato software. If any of you have any questions, please leave your question in your comment in the comment section below. I will answer them. And yeah, I have personally owned 3 different capture devices. The Elgato game capture, the Roxio game capture. I don't think it was the HD one. It was back when they did SD. And the, let's turn that on. And the, what was it? The Hauppauge HD PVR, and that one didn't use an HDMI. It used the component cables, which was awesome for PS3. But the PS4 now has this new, I would say new, it has HDMI only, therefore it has some problems. Anywhozer, I say anywhozer a lot. That is all. Thank you all for watching. If you have a question, please put your question in your comment in the comment section below. If you made it to this part of the video, let me find a word real quick. Okay, if you made it to this part of the video, please put the word caramel or caramel, C-A-R-A-M-E-L. Please put the word caramel in your comment in the comment section below so that I know that you made it to the end of the video and you are the most awesome viewer and or subscriber ever. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It would really help me and my channel out. That is all. I'm going to show you the pros and cons of having a PS4. To me, the most important part of gaming is the connection that you make with other gamers, aka you need to play with your friends. If your friends don't have a PS4, I would highly suggest not getting a PS4 for that very